Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside cast. Me Matt. Will be free for actually this is not a free, this is a 44 for you all on White Ball Express on the Western Front. Let's go for your players. We'll start with the United States. We have Tim Rage with an Armor Company. We have Silver Wolf with Ranger. We have Rookie who's yet to do anything. And we have Blood Bommel. Blood Bommel. As also another commander. Represent the Axis today. Your General Kaiser's the Wehrmacht. Sorts with Panzer Tactics straight again for the Mthis. Beginning with Fallschirmjäger Division for the Wehrmacht out the gate. And Phantom Mushroom as Ostdivision for the Wehrmacht. Getting out a lot of Osttruppen early on. That's a lot of Osttruppen. What is the plan there? So the Sturmheim needs to push them pretty quick, and I've already cut down the American echelon. But yeah, we see a 4v4 here with the United States Army. Good to see the United States Army again. Very rare we get to see them these days. And we have a rifle company here from Rookie. So we have a lot of variety here for the United States. This could end up being a very big battle. Obviously not arriving here. I don't think the Sturmheim want to stay there for too long. And they're getting cut to pieces there. Well, up here, the Osttruppen are now encountering more of the Americans. More Americans are trying to secure ground behind us. And the rifle company is going to call in the 29th cheap alternative rifleman. Anyway, a 4v4 on the Western Front. This is going to be quite unique, I think. What about the Osttruppen being prepared here? Also, they're trying to move up here, but they might be under a lot of fire soon. It's not often we get to see such big matches on the Western Front. Speaking of the Western Front, well, I guess it's technically would be the Southern Front. As you probably already heard if you were keeping an eye on things, Spearhead III is now fully released for Company of Heroes 3, so if any of you want to record matches, well, not record, but play some matches of that and send them to me, I would love to cast those as well. Because it's not very easy for me to get a Company of Heroes 3 matches, but if anyone plays it, I'm more than willing to cast. Also, Kikong has called some Fallschirmjäger pioneers in. Cheap alternative unit available to Fallschirmjäger. Used to be field engineers, basically. I don't think the rifleman can win that fight at long range. Now, because this is a 4v4, there's going to be a lot of action going on, and I will miss a lot of it. So I apologize in advance because of that. That is a lot of Osttruppen on the field here. Lots of Eastern Europeans just been pushed forward to fight the Americans. But the Fallschirm Pioneers are doing a pretty good job here. Oh, excuse me. May have been tossed there. Often they managed to get out though. And the Americans have run this position. They are certainly getting the firepower to start doing it. Yes, you have to take the initiative in advance. Do an MT-34 coming out for the Mthis though. The Americans need to work quick. They're running a smoke grenade so they didn't build up the sandbags. Very smart. You know, the Luftwaffe is advancing. Looks like the rifle company is not doing too hard. Taking some mines quickly as well, good to see. America's something lost in the southern flank by this construction site, or lumberyard of some kind. And the Wehrmacht is now going to run these riflemen here. Another rifle squad down. On the northern flank, the Americans also not having an easy time. They have probably a 30 caliber machine gun though. And Blood Bommel has yet to pick a commander. They're probably still debating on what to do. Because what do we have for the Germans? Let me just make sure. Nothing from General Kaiser, Panzerjäger, Luftwaffe, and Ost. Intriguing choices. The Americans, we have Armor, Ranger, and Rifle so far. So we need to see what else they pick. You know, the Jeep is trying to do its best here with its 30 caliber machine gun. That's going to be a lot of fire here shortly. Laying out a lot of fire there. Surprisingly, it's not lost its gunner yet. Oh! Oh! Grenade did not hit it! That was really close, though. There we go, gunner's finally gone. 30 caliber machine gun could have been rolled up here using the smoke. Very smart from the Americans. Good play there from the American mountain infantry. Great has been tossed out from the Volksgrenadiers, though. And the Americans, no, the Americans cannot take the point, but it is being decaptured, so the Germans are not going to benefit from it. And lots of machine guns are being spread around the front line here. Looks like a commander just here. I think this might be Tank Destroyer. Yep, that is Tank Destroyer for the United States. Very versatile. Already calling in a lieutenant, by the way. as well as a mortar arriving for the rifle company. Rifle company can get a very cheap, very small mortar with short range, but very cost efficient. You just have to be quite close, but they can use this building as cover for it, basically. They can get it set up properly. Another Jeep on the southern flank, and an M20 arriving here as well. M20 utility car. But the Germans are sitting up here to prevent the point from falling into American hands. They have been pinned down, though. Smoke grenades are being popped from the Germans now. Based on advancing. They don't want to allow the Germans to get back into a good footing there. Into 4-2 here from the Wehrmacht support. That's a pineapple grenade, though. Getting a good bit of damage done. And the Americans are starting to advance down here. Keep providing a mobile support weapons platform. And the Americans on the northern flank are trying to dig in. Under a lot of fire here from MG34s. Look at all the Osttruppen. They do help the Germans just cover the ground and fill it with rifles, I guess. The Americans are not having an easy time advancing. Well, the Germans are before encampment here for the Luftwaffe. The plane is from, and a flak half-track is coming out. Looks like the Germans might have the proper idea here. And 20 utility cars present now. With a 50 caliber machine gun on top. Germans have brought up a mortar as well. Mthis has been calling on the German positions from the American lieutenant. So, but that machine gun is being very lucky. Oh, down to one man though. There's another machine gun behind it. Osttruppen are trying to get around the flank. But Osttruppen are not good when they come to close range combat. The Americans have semi-auto rifles. There's no submachine guns on these squads, but so far they managed to get a grenade off. Doing a good bit of work, actually. Doing a fair amount of work with those K98s, actually. It's honestly surprising. Lots of Eastern Europeans just dying there. Black Half-Life coming up here, but they have to deal with that. Oh, M20 has started opening fire. Yeah, there we go. 50 caliber opening fire. And cleaning up the gunner immediately. The flak half-track is gone. M20 is a good little weapon here. We do have some Rangers coming into the field here. Fire team equipped with a slow fire BAR for long range. So the Luftwaffe is dropping in some equipment here for the Fallschirmjägers to deploy. Fallschirm Pioneers at this point. MG242 as well as a Kettenwerfer 43. We also have a beacon here. The Germans are preparing to hold this area for a while. So far it is helping. The Americans cannot really push up on this munitions point. Also now coming to flank. I consider before the assembly to operate from. On the southern flank, the M20 is doing some good bit of damage here. Looks like Kaiser's gone for Panzer, which is a good choice because they actually are lacking a commander with good tank options, so Panzer is a good choice in this team. M20 is doing its best on the flank here. M20 is a good support vehicle after all. I want to step inside the trench, but I'm not really sure that can do much. I think they actually have to be outside the trench to operate properly. The other American border is certainly already getting the work done. Also got mowed down up here by the American riflemen. Hillbox have been set up, so the Germans are prepared to dig in. Most is very good at digging in, so I guess those two are just really a diversionary force to allow the Germans to get time to dig in. Small pack is being around now. Hillbox has got the machine gun. So the Americans might have been in trouble now. Yep, machine gun opening up. And that the Americans cannot really advance anymore. F1 Panzer IV being prepared. Looks like the Germans are just digging in the center here with flags and everything. Fallschirm Pioneers doing a pretty decent job, just keep it under control. And the Waffen-SS and the Wehrmacht are fighting on the southern flank still. M20 lost its gunner. Has to pull back for repairs. I think they can just jump out and repair it, which is a unique thing to the M20. forward encampment from the United States. If this sort of in this shed. And more airdrop supplies coming in here from the Luftwaffe. Digging in around this flak emplacement. A mortar and a lightning infantry gun. That's a lot of good equipment, actually. The Germans are going to keep holding this area for a while, I think. The Americans have secured the munitions point, finally. Also fighting going on over this fuel point. Now they'll not do too much there. The Americans have been the best team. They're under a lot of fire. They do get some good shots in, though. Do not underestimate the American infantry when they're in a good position. They can lay down a lot of firepower in a very short amount of time. But the Wehrmacht is just digging in the center. This is going to be very hard to push them out of. And we'll have continuous supply drops coming in here from the Germans. So the Luftwaffe is on point today, just calling in all the equipment they need. Guess the Americans have not yet secured air superiority today. Perhaps the fighter squadrons are busy somewhere else. I don't know. The pillboxes have been set up. And the Panzer IV F1 is ready to support where it's needed. Looks like the flag emplacement did get cleared out, but the Germans can just re-enable it. Get some more men on it. Americans are lacking AT options up here. They are getting an AT gun present. But looks like the Panzer IV F1 is going to utilize all the time it has. We have a tank on the team present. Trying to get inside this emplacement here. Which will allow us some extra defenses. But the F1 can just shoot it from afar. Southern fuel is still in neutral hands. But the mortars are starting to take a toll on the Germans, I think. But so we have another airdrop here from the Luftwaffe. Medical supplies, they can heal up. You might see some specialized Luftwaffe infantry at some point if this goes on. Although Jägers are quite expensive. So will the Panzerjägers be. So the 29th are being pushed forwards here. Carbines at the ready. But a flak gun is trying to get shots in. Storm gun is quickly rushing up to try and fight back the 29th, and so far the 29th have been cut to pieces. 29th do have a higher chance to be hit, I think. But the fuel point is now in American hands. But this is going to be a fairly long fight, I imagine. There's some Osttruppen have been ordered to equip this MG-44. Or man it, rather. Someone flying machine guns just firing on both sides. Half-track wing power by the United States, and we have a fuel airdrop in the base of the Americans. Also, the crew of the M20 jumped out, so you get an extra squad from that, basically. Pretty useful. Even if the truck gets killed or car gets killed. Smoke being popped here by the Americans to buy time for them to retrench. The Germans are firmly dug in here. Pillboxes, machine guns, a small AT gun, and the F1. So they're going in on the Luftwaffe's position. Cleaning out that black emplacement again. Germans doing an assault here for the fuel point. Waiting to see the stake behind cover. Germans have been pinned. Großdeutsch and Division is trying to push them forwards, but they're being suppressed. Smoke grenade popped at the center of the point. And the Grenadiers also trying to advance. Just a lot of assaulting here. Very risky for the Germans to do, though. Germans do not do well in wave combat. Or infantry waves, rather. F1 trying to push up here in the northern flank. Intercon trying to turn around. They got hit by a canister round. Tank on his eye in the trench. Looks like the F1 is able to back off. Germans have been pushed up, but they have managed to take the point again. Will the Americans keep trying to push for the point is the question. I think they probably can. Next wave of Americans is arriving. Now the Rangers keeping an eye on it too. Artillery is being called in on the American position though. Slow fire BR is doing his best to try and snipe out the crew of that machine gun. Also we have a heat-based rocket there, bazooka being prepared as well. Looks like a jeep got destroyed down here. The Americans having issues getting that machine gun cleared. And here comes the next wave. Minesweepers as well. 29 for ready to push. Are being pinned down almost immediately. Your machine guns are just suppressing all the American infantry. But the Rangers still remain up and opening fire somewhat. And they got suppressed too. Americans on the southern flank are trying to push up here. Smoke grenades being popped out here. That's a rifle grenade. Almost cleared out the machine gun. And lots of artillery going in the American positions. That's going to be very bad for the United States. Oh, and there come the shells destroying the forward shed. Americans are suffering heavy losses down here now. 182 Sherman has been mobilized though. And we'll have trucks are arriving here from the rifle company. We're getting a crowd mow out as well. Probably anticipating German airstrikes because one of them is Luftwaffe. That's something you usually have to prepare for. Looks like there's a bug here. Looks like the Germans cannot man the thing. Or because of the sandbags. A2 Germans are being prepared though. And the Americans need the armored support here, I reckon. The crowd is just out of reach of the pack. Having cleaned out the machine gun. Now the Sherman is present. They can shoot the Sherman though. Raiders all here on the southern flank from the 15 Panzer Grenadiers. Doing a good job assaulting here. MP4 is just Sturmgewehrs on hand. They're fully equipped with automatic weaponry. Which, when German squads are fully equipped with automatic weaponry, are actually quite scary. And on the northern flank, we have a Panzer IV F1 and an officer. Most of them being ordered to build a Pantherturm. Germans are just really digging in the northern flank here. And the Americans are doing the same across from them. They have brought M10 up. Problem on the southern flank has been suppressed. Gets taken out there by a pack. Panzer II command tank on the field as well. And the artillery shells are just starting to land wildly. But Germans seem to be quite firmly dug in. The Fallschirm Pioneers are still trying to get up Dragon's Teeth in the center. Probably to deny future tank movement. Like if they set up the Dragon's Teeth here, the tanks will not be able to drive through this area. Which can kind of block them and force them into an area they don't want to be. So it's smart forward thinking here from the Luftwaffe. If they expect the Americans will go heavy tank-wise. We have an American sniper here, unique to rifle company, I think. And take some shots when you're having any luck today. Let's see. Neither side is really able to push up here. The Germans control both field points at the moment. And yeah, even more Dragon's Teeth are being set up. Germans really thinking forward is preventing any American armored push through the center. Certainly work to their advantage, but they can also prevent their own tanks from, you know, pushing through the center. That might be fine enough for them. American Shermans are being repaired. M10 on the northern flank, keeping an eye on things. American captain is calling in an artillery strike of some kind. So it might be smoke. That's Willie Pete, actually. You don't actually want to move through that. Yeah, you don't want to move through Willie Pete. That's going to burn your own men to a crisp. Does Blood Bubble realize that it's white phosphorus? Oh god, he's sending his own men through white phosphorus. That is a very risky maneuver. Yeah, you don't want to send your men through white phosphorus. They did get one satchel off though, which will destroy the gun on that bunker. So not looking good for the Americans having to write those letters after that. Horrible, horrible. You need to remember that most American smoke barrages from their offices come out as white phosphorus barrages. So you need to be quite cautious where you place them. Hamilton is down here, so the antenna is in the right spot at the moment. Hamilton cannot find it yet. The Americans are still trying to press though. Shermans are being mobilized to the northern flank there. If they can get white phosphorus on the Panther term though, they will be able to prevent it from doing any firing for a while. Until they've been calling in on the Americans' position by this Lieutenant. T-34 Boider Panzers are being requisitioned. The US Major arriving here for the armor company. Not sure what he plans to do. Can get an American War Machine at 15 command points, which is going to be useful. But apart from that, I don't really think he's that useful without his tank. Same with the captain. And one of the big advantages of playing tank commanders is your officers arrive in tanks of their own. But having them on foot, I don't think it's as useful. That might just be my own personal opinion. Shermans are pinning down this Osthoven, but they're basically just being used as a sacrificial unit for the most part, I reckon. The Germans know where the tanks are. Transfer agent the southern flank, keeping an eye on things. Americans are trying to dig in with a second defensive line. They're not looking good here for the Americans so far. Germans will sandbags in the wrong area and you cannot remove with the remove cover ability. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Oh, looks like Oberblitz got destroyed here. Uses some Fallschirmjägers now being requisitioned. One has been cleared out by the Americans. The American infantry is just waiting back here. They do have a major who set up a new forward headquarters. Cooperate from. Critical being grabbed here by the rear echelon.
Send your orders.
The Sherman got destroyed, got too close to the Panther term. T-34 Boider Panzers are now revealing themselves. They also have 17 SS on the field. Third bunker trying to be set up here by the Luftwaffe. Looks like the captain is trying to call in their hours of strike. It's not going to be a white phosphorus. But it might be pinned before that can happen, who knows. Nope. Artillery strike is going in. Not really hitting too much though. Although we have another strike coming in. I think it's going to be from the other captain. It's going to be white phosphorus? Nope, just normal howitzer. I actually think white phosphorus would have been a wise idea here. Because it would have disabled the guns on the buildings. M10 and Sherman trying to push up here. You have a Jagdpanzer being called in by the Wehrmacht. Nein, that's not the Wehrmacht, that's the Waffen-SS, my bad. Yeah, well, the command tank is pushing on the southern flank here for the Panzer Division. Looks like the Americans having issues fighting back. But the Americans are prepared to Sherman 76. More infantry. Let's see what they plan to do. I feel as if the Rangers are not doing a good enough job today. These Panzergrenadiers in the trench are doing a pretty decent work. They're trying to be calling here by the captain, but it's too much. Has to pull back. Sherman needs to pull up to try and support, I reckon. Now it is. Sherman has to be somewhat cautious though. The Panther tried to be established there, but it was in the range of fire of the United States, so you don't want to build while it's being like that. Fallschirmjägers are pushing up there with FT-42s and an MG-42 with 100 rounds. They have to pull back. Pillbox being established. Here's the Jagdpanzer. German EC-8s are now running for the United States Armored Company. And EC-8s are a really scary prospect to fight. The EC-8 is probably the best version of the Sherman. Good rate of fire, good accuracy in the move, high armor. Overall, just a really good tank.
Tank support is here.
So the EC-8s, when they're masked, are really dangerous. Hans 4-8 and Packer setting up to try and counter them though. Hans is just being a, what's it called, a distraction. In the back of their feet because of their Panzer support. Good shot from the pack. They're covered out of 4 the Panzer Grenadiers.
Armor ready. Armor here. Vehicle ready.
See an EC-76 being prepared for the northern flank here. Oh, looks like the Americans actually bombed the hell out of this place and cleared it out.
Forward structure under attack.
Down here, the Americans will have trouble. They are getting more EC-8s though. An armor company can get a lot of these things once they get going. Which could be a problem here for the Germans, unless they can set up a proper anti-tank defense. Like a few Regal mines, a few Tiller mines, Dragon's Teeth to do them into the right paths, that could definitely help. Howitzers being set here by the Luftwaffe. So Luftwaffe can use howitzers now. Which is a very good change. The Luftwaffe has more utility late game for team games. And it looks like the howitzers on anti-tank barrage duty. Oh, you're gonna see a long top here from Silver Wolf on the northern flank. Takes a long time to be called in, though. Takes a whole minute. Let's see what happens when this happens, because this is gonna be really dangerous. That's not the long tom, that's just a howitzer from the captain. But once this long tom goes off, that is gonna flatten this part of the map. Back in the day, we used to have the Black Dragon, but I think they decided to change that. Now it's just a long tom. And we should have the barrage coming in. Yep. Long tom is going to come in here. That's going to be 12 heavy rounds. 12 155mm rounds. Very inaccurate, but as you can see, flattens stuff. Definitely kill some stuff back here. But most of the shells land over here, which is unfortunate. As you can see, it's a very powerful barrage. It'll take a while before they can use it again. The Panther term is still operational though, which is the big problem. I probably hope that would not happen. Captain calling in on a barrage. Probably use White Phosphorus, I reckon. Like, I feel White Phosphorus is very underutilized the right way sometimes. Jagdpanzer takes out the M10. But the Jagdpanzer lacks any anti-infantry weaponry apart from a high explosive round he's using now. Oh, it hit the captain! Oh, that's painful. And we have lots of medical and weapon supplies being dropped here by the Luftwaffe. Luftwaffe have this center firmly secured. They're not gonna be pushed out anytime soon. Like, a tank push through the center is just gonna be stopped. Because they're not gonna have any maneuverability. Gonna make them easy targets. Meanwhile, the Germans on the southern flank is awaiting new orders and gearing up for the inevitable American tank assault. It's gonna be a lot of Shermans. Also, they have repair station prepared, which is smart. Especially if they have to pull back every now and then for repairs. So having that set up is gonna really help with their micromanagement because they don't have to micro-repair their vehicles anymore. Station will just do it for them. Jagdpanzer gets a good shot down to Sherman 76. You have a Jumbo Sherman and E2 up here. An up-armored Sherman. Probably the most heavily armored American vehicle. Oh, good bazooka shot! Instantly kills the Jagdpanzer. That's why you should be afraid of bazookas sometimes. They can get a lot of good hits in sometimes. One rocket that penetrates the right spot is all it takes. But the Americans are still suffering heavy losses. But the American Shermans are geared up. Rangers are leading the way and they're getting shot to pieces. Germans have set up quite a defense here. The man tank is trying to... Oh, that's going to be a heavy shells. That's the delayed fuse rounds here from the mortar. It takes a little bit longer for the explosion to happen, but it's a much bigger explosion. As you can see here. But thanks to that cover, they took reduced damage. But delayed fuse is pretty cool. I'm a big fan of delayed fuse. If they hit the right spot, they can do a lot of damage, but it's just hitting the right spot that's the problem. Lots of Shermans are geared up. And the Luftwaffe keeps dropping supplies. I guess the United States Major here is still waiting for the northern flank to be ready again. Probably gonna try for another long tom attempt when we get to that point. Germans keep fortifying.
Looks like we're getting into the excitement.
More American infantry is being pushed forwards with support teams.
Crew ready. Order team, ready for orders.
E-54 Boiler Panzers remain in reserve.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
Panther turning its gun. And 76 is trying to apply some pressure. If he stays out of the range of the Panther turret, it should be fine, but now it's getting into range. Oh, Panzer's right hits it from the northern flank. And they should back off. Yes, it pops smoke.
Armor ready.
And should be able to back off then. So the replacement captain has been called in. Also, we have some priests being prepared now by the United States Rifle Company. And mobile howitzer of the United States Army. Using the 105 howitzer. Pretty confident it's a 105 howitzer.
We have a forward structure under attack.
Lots of bullets are being exchanged here. Let's see. Do have Panther tank now being prepared for the Panzer Company, or Panzer Division. A good choice. Panther will do a good job against all these E8s, hopefully.
Send your mission.
But the priests are now starting to arrive. We might see the American starting to do an artillery fight. Showing the 10 being prepared for the northern flank. The Jumbo is still waiting in reserve. Second Jumbo is being repositioned.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward
American infantry is preparing for push. Good ship there from the Panzer strip. Almost destroyed the M10. 17 VSS has a good spot up here. Oh, that rocket actually killed most of the squad. And the mode on the survivors is to get through the smoke. That's a veteran survive squad. It'll mode on everything. Grenade on them now. Double grenade. Jagdtiger is being prepared behind us. Unique weapon to be able to assist Panzerjäger. The heaviest vehicle in the game, I think. Maybe it's the most heavily armored, I think.
structure under attack.
But not with the biggest gun. The Soviets have that covered, I think. With the ISG 152. But still, for a German vehicle, it's absolutely nuts. Priests are opening fire. But they now have to deal with the German howitzers counter-barraging. So an artillery duel has begun at large. And all the extra sandbags will help the house to survive if it gets hit. And oh, good shot there on the priest. Gonna force the priest to back off for repairs. They do need some actual engineers to fix the engine problems, though. I don't think the auto repairs are gonna solve that. Pershing is being prepared behind us. And Panthers have started to arrive for the Wehrmacht. Another howitzer in placement is being prepared here by the Luftwaffe. Barrage being used here by the US captain. Is it gonna be white fuzz or is it gonna be normal? It's gonna be normal, okay. As I said, one white phosphorus on this Panther term and it'll be disabled. It'll prevent the gun from firing until it's been fully repaired, in case you're wondering. White phosphorus is really good at dealing with emplacements. Are you gonna see another long term? I'm not sure how close the Major has to be to use it. So we cannot tell from here. You have the Major calling in a strike. It's gonna be a 500 kg Stuka dive bomb. It's gonna be around here. It will destroy the point too. Well, decaptured rather. Is it gonna be that it's targeting? I'm not sure what he's targeting. Lots of artillery going that way actually. And Stuka going in around here actually. You can hear the Stuka coming in. But enough. There it goes. And with that, all our ears have been deafened. Causing severe damage. To no one but the Rex. Long-term barrage is being prepared by the United States. Let's see if this one will have any better luck. Probably gonna be around here. They used the flare so they can start seeing it. Ooh, so if the Germans don't prevent this, this could be really, really bad. This could be really, really bad. Because they have no idea this is being called in. And it's gonna take like 32 more seconds. The Americans are probably getting up to push when it happens. Or when it's over anyway. I'm not sure the vehicle should push up yet. They just made to the Panther term here. Oh, no penetration. Still sticking around, that's risky. Very risky. This captain's also pushing up. Smoke is being dropped. Oh, on the Panther term, smart. And here comes the 155. I don't think the Germans are prepared for another long term. Then there's a satchel on the Panther term. Yeah, now the Panther term is no longer an issue. An elephant is also being called up. Lots of panzers being prepared up there. And while this is going on, the United States is doing an armored assault on the southern flank. King Tiger is being requisitioned quickly to try and counteract this. But the E-States are pushing forward. Pershing is supporting as well. Tanks are doing their best to try and keep the American tanks at bay. But the machine gun fire from the Sherman's doing a lot. Jagdtiger has been relocated down here. This will eat through the American tanks. That A2 is going to be dead, yeah. Ammo cooking that A2. If the Americans pushed up more things to support, though, I don't think the E-States can stop this. Yeah, now the E-State gets taken out. And the Jagdtiger is just not caring. Takes out another EC8. Actually, that was something else that did that. That was a pack up over there, I think. Asuga fails to penetrate. And the action is so well, we now have double battle tracks going on, which is a bug in Company of Heroes. They won't get fixed, I think. Damn. But the Americans had managed to capture a point for all that carnage. I'm not sure that was worth it, though. And as you can see, the Jagdtiger is barely scratched. Jagdtiger is very heavily armored. Artillery strike going in. But the Panther term, as I said, is no longer an issue. They need to get it fully repaired to restore its gun. Germans doing their best to try and provide some attack power. Applying pressure wherever they can. Luftwaffe is trying to advance, not really going that well for them. Elefant is also pushing up to try and take care of the American tanks. Meanwhile, down here, the King Tiger and the Jagdtiger is now capable of working together here, which is a very dangerous combination. Like, these are two of the most heavily armored vehicles in the game now in one spot. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. And the Germans quickly scavenging the wrecks, good to see. Gives them a little bit more fuel to work with. And the German Panzers are advancing. King Tiger and Jagdtiger realize there's going to be very little that can pierce them. Asuka fails to penetrate. Pershing took a big shot there. Still operational though. King Tiger goes in for a kill, but the Pershing has already backed off. Takes out an A2 Sherman. Tilly is also going into support. Bazooka penetrates the King Tiger though. It's going to force the King Tiger off. Fails to penetrate the second time. Hikes must be loaded here by the Jagdtiger. Aims for that Ranger squad, I imagine. Yep, takes them out. There's so many shells being fired here, but too little effect on the Jagdtiger. His frontal plate is just too thick. Damn. Absolutely insane right here. Look at all the shells on both sides just landing on the German line here. Because the Major is still positioned on the northern flank. Elephant is preventing much allied tanks from working on the northern flank here. Much like the Jagdtiger does, but the Elephant has far less armor. I think the Elephant's armor is more equivalent to like the King Tigers or something. Probably a little less. Just Captain failed to do much here, being suppressed almost immediately. Like, these are tank officers, they're not meant to be out in the open like that without their vehicles. Now, infantry officers can actually perform fairly well in open firefights. Jagdtiger starts advancing again. But can the Americans do anything to stop this thing? Now the 20s that's going into German hands. Deutschland is supporting alongside it. A good shot on EC8 destroying it. Range guns are trying to set up here to deal with it, but they're not going to be able to penetrate it easily. Got a shot down the Pershing, fails to penetrate. Oh, never mind, 3-inch managed to penetrate. It's doing a little bit of damage. And the Jagdtiger backs off for some repairs. Or just a little bit of safety. Northern flank, not much is happening yet. We have a Hauptmann here from the Luftwaffe, keeping an eye on things.
Luftwaffe supply overflights are ready and await your command.
And the American Ranger Major remains about here. Ready to call in long toms again whenever the time is right. Captain tries to call in some artillery again. Again, the Panther's main gun is not working at the moment. King Tiger tries to advance on here. Looks like got hit by something. Might be a 3-inch. Managed to penetrate. Second Pershing is being prepared. Not good shit there from the 3-inch. Tiger tank is also been requisitioned to support. Artillery strike been prepared by the American captain. So with the Rangers, what the Major is doing, just leading the way like this. Oh, plane got shot down. Another plane flies overhead. The fire is escalating into the sky now. A small artillery lands. But the Jagdtiger remains firm. So lots of riflemen have been prepared on the northern flanks of Rangers as well. The Ranger Major is ready for another long tom if necessary. Panther has been repaired enough to allow the turret to operate again. Panzer 4H is on the move alongside the Boiler Panzer. Americans are trying to push forwards here. Just a smoke for cover. So the Major might be relocating to another flank. Probably need a long tom on the southern flank, to be honest. So I think a long tom can damage these vehicles. Double perching on the field now. They're just using the Jagdtigers to slowly destroy fortifications and AT guns, but is that a good use of its time? I suppose it can be. King Tiger advances. Pershings can see it. Immediately opening fire and so far failing to penetrate. Its frontal armor is just too thick. One person gets taken out. I'm not sure what these tank officers doing out in the open like that. The French guns are doing their best to cause barrage shots. They are getting some good shots in on that King Tiger. But the Jagdtiger, as I said, just remains firm. Nothing is hurting it. Oh, never mind. Oh my god, they got a triple hit. The Jagdtiger's in big trouble. Jumbos are going in for the kill. There's nothing that can really cover it as it cannot turn. King Tiger's trying to stop it. It lost its driver. Jagdtiger can drive again. Airburst going overhead. Jagdtiger's been eliminated. That's a huge loss for the Germans. But the second Jagdtiger is still being prepared. I feel like they should not be able to call it the second one almost immediately after having it personally. Because losing a Jagdtiger, like losing a Tiger Ace or something, would like be a huge deal. Luftwaffe goes in for a strafing run, but gets shut down by 50 calibers. Huge ass fight going on here. Sherman 76 takes some heavy shots as it moves too far forward. What an insane fight we have going here. You also have a M36 arriving here, the Jackson, I'm pretty sure. Sherman gets taken out there finally. Jagdpanzer has arrived to try and take up some of the slack. But good shot on the M10, eliminated its loader. On the M10 cannot do anything. It takes it out in the second shot. Goes to the Sherman now. Jagdpanzer can fire really fast, in case you're wondering. As you can see. It's like a very good dedicated anti-tank unit. Lost his driver though. And Bazooka on the side. And well, the second Jagdtiger has arrived. The fact they can just get another Jagdtiger out the gate like this almost after losing one is a little ridiculous in my opinion. I feel like these German super heavy vehicles really need to be very hard to replace. The Allies really don't have time to capitalize on it anymore because Germans already have a replacement. King Tiger and Double Tiger tanks now ready to be a Spearhead push. That's going to be very hard to deal with. That's a lot of 88mm guns. King Tiger advances. EC8 is 88 men, so get a penetrating a shot. First thing to try to take a shot here. Fails to penetrate. Ooh, good shots on the Pershing, forcing it back. But there's a lot of AT guns here. Just a lot of guns in general. Ooh! And now the Howards is firing as well. EC8 can sing now. Loader injured on the King Tiger. There's also the Jackson. Where's the Jackson actually? Never mind, it's not here. The Jumbos are present though. King Tiger took some pretty heavy hits. And another Tiger is covering the flank. Oh, there's the Jackson. On the flank up there. So the King Tiger does manage to back off. Jackson gets taken out by the 88mm of the Tiger. Jumbo's tanks are still charging forwards. Jumbo tanks are very heavily armored. They can handle it. Taking out one Tiger tank there. Oh, Howitz hits right next to the King Tiger. It's still alive though. Has to back off pretty far for some repairs. Not easy at arriving. Here's the second Jagdtiger. What an insane match. So that's the Hauptmann calling in some kind of airstrike. It's gonna be the Fokker Wolf coming in. Also an artillery strike happening up here. Not really doing too much damage. Also the Mage is still waiting in the back here. Here comes the Fokker Wolf. Not doing too much. An artillery landing in around. Oh, engine burning on the Jagdtiger! They do not want to overextend anymore. Gets a good shot in the Pershing though, but now there's going to be a cycle charge on it. Too dazed, but not much else. They managed to drive away from the cycle charge just in time. So the engine is no longer overheating. The Pershing, they managed to back off. I'm not sure what the Americans can do here. They need to somehow make a breakthrough. Because the King Tiger is ready for action again. Probably salvage the wrecks of these two vehicles. That's a lot of extra fuel. The King Tiger advances, another Tiger tank being prepared. Lots of action, lots of wrecks. Easy, it might go down here. Yep, it's taken down in one shot. 80 guns are trying to do their best. Got a good shot there with the 3 inches. The 3 inches are not bad at what they do. Oh, mobility lost! King Tiger might get stuck. Oh god! Yeah, it's stuck! Tracks are broken. They overextended it. And Tiger Tank is backing up with its rear for some reason, I'm not sure why. Stuka bomb hits some of the American positions. Jackson takes out the Tiger Tank. And the King Tiger remains vulnerable, gets taken out by a shell. Suddenly the Panzer Division is suffering a lot of losses. Jagdtiger is gonna potentially get overrun here. But even the Jumbos cannot penetrate the Jagdtiger easily. Suga is trying to get a shot though. Fails to penetrate. Again, its armor is just too big on the front. Tiger tank wrecked. With this going on, the Germans trying to secure the Northern fuel point here. Running into a lot of American resistance. Getting a great on that mortar though. That's a Gewaltladung, and it was a good job actually. And the Jagdtiger is just backing off some extra safety. The Americans need some way to push up. Because they are applying a lot of pressure to the Germans here, but and the Americans pull through. Jagdtiger is pushing forward again. Fokker Wolf is trying to suppress the AT guns. We just see the shells bounce off the front of this thing. Yeah, just bouncing off. They're still doing a little bit of deflection damage though. Oh, penetrating shot. And they get taken out. They overextended the Jagdtiger. Look at all these heavy wrecks. Holy shit. Yeah, the Germans are quickly starting to scavenge these. They realize they need to get the extra fuel from these wrecks. That's going to be a lot of fuel from this wreck here. Yeah, 50 fuel from a Tiger wreck. That's a lot of extra stuff they can work on. And indeed, they're getting another King Tiger because of it. Is it also going to be 50 from a super heavy? Because it might just be limited to light, medium, and heavy. Yeah, 50. Okay. Makes sense. That's how it's adjusted. But the artillery just keeps raining down too. The Luftwaffe still holds the center here. Not much has changed. The northern flank, the Ostdivision is trying to get some ground. They've also got a sniper now in the Panzerturm. Scharfschütze. Unique to Ostdivision, I think. And also Infanterie? But I may be wrong. Looks like the Luftwaffe is just turned into artillery support at this point to try and support. Which makes sense in the team game. First thing getting hit there by the Tiger tank. Range guns preparing to move up again. Engine burning on the Jagdpanzer. Driver injured on the Tiger. Tiger is not easy to penetrate than you'd think. There we go, and both Panzers taken out. If the Americans have the tanks, they might have an opening here to push. Look at all the priests! That's a lot of priests calling here to play sermons. Surely the Germans gonna keep up these losses. But the Americans might slowly be attritioning them down, but the Americans like the infantry to push. To capitalize on this. Yes, the Americans really need to punch through. The Germans are still slowly getting ground. Just very, very slowly. He's here to try and shoot into the building here. Panzer strict equipped Panzergrenadiers coming up quick. Looks like the Germans are just out of reach. Handstrike misses, stay under too much fire in the open.
We can now detect enemy vehicles using their radio transmissions.
So many shots are being fired. The fighter vehicles have been pulled up here in ambush positions behind the wreck of the Jagdtiger. It's not looking good here. It's just a stalemate at the moment. Can the Americans finally get an opening? Looks like the captain's trying to call an artillery strike. It's going to be a 114mm Calliope. Smoke being popped out to cover him. That's going to be some very big rockets. This is going under fucker Wolf's being called in again. Calliope rockets are being called in here now. The break through the German lines question. Fucker Wolf's coming in for a strafing run. And the rockets did a good job here, actually. But another King Tiger is arriving. Bishops are just bunching up, but it's working out for them, I guess so. Guess it's fine. Looks like the Ranger Major is not done a lot at the moment. I think his long-term barrage could be very useful on the flank. Like, if he could get it successfully off down here, they could flatten the defense of the German line. I think it's just going him down there to do that safely. That's the hard part, because he needs to stand still for 1 minute to call it in. The center has just been mostly devoid of combat, to be honest. The church is still standing, which is a rarity on this map. Yeah, the church is one of the first things to go.
Armor ready.
Looks like another Jackson is being called in. The left hand is just sitting up here fiddling its thumbs. Being in a defensive role. Most of the northern flank is just in a defensive role, to be honest. You have a repair bunker, very smart. They can keep the front line fully operational. King Tiger reveals himself again. It's going to quickly taking shots. And we have a third Jagdtiger. A third Jagdtiger. That is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, if you ask me. Lots of rifle shots are being poured on those Panzergrenadiers though. I personally feel that Jagdtiger should be much like the Tiger is, where you call one in and then there's a cooldown once the vehicle is destroyed. Because it's just that powerful and up-armored. Honestly, I feel there should be a little bit of balancing for the Germans again, where perhaps they should just all have access to a Panther or something. From like a final structure. Regardless of doctrine. Might just be a personal opinion of mine now. There's lots of artillery being exchanged still. So much action's going on. But who is gonna break first? Because this is just a stalemate. Oh, looks like the Panzergrenadiers are trying to push through here. Doing a great assault through the smoke. Rangers are on the point though, preventing it from being taken. A great assault on the Rangers though. And will allow the Germans to secure the point. Or at least decapture it. I guess the Germans realized they need to cut off the munition supply of the Americans. But those Panzergrenadiers paid for that with their lives. The Arctica pushes forwards. What are the Germans doing? Is the Jagdpanzer just going to advance? They also have a Panzer II command tank and some Fallschirmjägers for support. And its flank is covered by this shit and that wreck. You also have the King Tiger covering its flank. This might be the opening the Germans have been waiting for. Can they capitalize on it is the question. What's it going into? Sounds like a Stuka as well somewhere. Well, it might not have been the Stuka, it might just have been something flying in. But the Jagdtiger is advancing here. The Americans don't really have a lot to stop it. Well, on this angle anyway. Right, the Jackson is trying to get shots in, but it's not really doing much. But the Germans are lacking the infantry to follow it up. Oh, got injured. Jumbos can capitalize on that. Engine burning. Tiger tank comes up behind. Smoke being popped. Looks covers the flank. Lots of shells are being poured in. Main gun destroyed on the Tiger. More smoke being popped. Jackson took a shot on the command tank. Takes it out. King Tiger took a big shot there. The Americans pushing forwards. Can you overrun this panzer position? You see, it's certainly trying. He hits back off, realize the Jagdtiger's pointed at them. Jackson fails to penetrate. The German infantry is trying to advance now. Yes, they might have an opening. Germans actually have more infantry than the Allies do, which is funny. The Allies simply just don't have the infantry presence. Lots of EC8s though, and they're Pershing again. But the Germans need people to repair these vehicles immediately. You might not have long. What can the Major do here? He cannot do much for the rifle, just hold the line and other such abilities. I feel the Major for the Rangers is probably the most useful due to that long tom. It looks like the Panzers pull all the way back here for repairs. Not a bad choice. They need to keep them operational as fast as they can. Fallschirmjägers pushing forward to try and hold the line, getting inside the trench. Incendiary mortar will slow down the Allied vehicles. Buying the Germans time. But the priests are already opening fire again. The Germans keep this up. That's the biggest question, but the Germans are certainly keeping the munitions up thanks to the Luftwaffe controlling this supply point. So the Luftwaffe just keeps dropping down munitions for them. Aircraft men are trying to advance here. It's going to be hard for them to get to the point. That's going to be a smoke grenade. Yep, very smart. But the bunker can't see them. The Americans will be able to take the point back. Germans are getting more replacement infantry. They didn't need the Panzer Grenadiers in the field here. The Jagdtiger's ready for action again. Oh, so it's still in that big duel here. First is trying to advance. Attack meets them. The Persians have to back off as the King Tiger shows up to support its brother. Its older brother. Older but a bit shorter. Oh! Persian takes out the Tiger! Jagdtiger and King Tiger advances. Might be risking they could get overrun here. Persian gets ammo cooked. And the Americans spring into action. They need to take out these vehicles now. Load engine on the King Tiger. Jumbos on the flank. Jagdtiger to support the flank though. Got a good penetrating shot there. Jagdtiger reveals itself. Jackson takes a shot. Got a good shot. Luftwaffe called in again for a strafing run. The American units advancing. Pershing in support. King Tiger's frontal armor is paying off. Jagdpanzer pushes forward, very risky maneuver. King Tiger might get taken out here. Manages to pop smoke. Jagdtiger is going to take a shot here. Penetrates the Pershing, almost destroying it. King Tiger, Jagdtiger is almost destroyed. Has to back up for repairs. Gonna take another EC8 here, I think. Yep. And it's just back and forth, back and forth. And the planes are now flying overhead, flying past each other. And the northern flank just remains quiet. So some Osttruppen are being forced forwards here to try and take the point. Captain is trying to get some artillery strike in, but he's being spotted and gets mowed down. Shells just keep flying. And the Americans keep up the pressure. I say it's just back and forth. And neither side seems willing to give in yet. They were pushing an open flank. T-34 Boider Panzer advances. Bazooka fails to hit. Boider Panzer is advancing. Oh, another bazooka hits though. Fragmentation round loaded. Takes out the tank hunters. And the Americans stop this? This little Boider Panzer has made its way around. Captain has a bazooka ready though. Takes out the Boider Panzer, okay. But who's gonna win this? Like, it's still just completely hard to tell who's gonna win this. But please keep trying to do their best. Looks like we have some airbursts now happening over the German lines. So it's normal artillery. We also have another Boider Panzer being called in. We also have another Jackson arriving here for the tank destroyers. Also, the Arctic is still just taking long-range shots. Oh, that air burst is doing a lot of work, actually. That person needs to move. Yeah, got hit again. It's now Veterancy 5. Oh, someone disconnected. I guess that might be the end of it. Guess someone got too tired of it, which makes sense. This is a long stalemate. It's very hard to remain motivated when the battle is that long. That is one flaw I feel like the Ironside and Spearhead II had. Like, it sometimes just evolved too much into stalemate artillery fights. That's a little bit where I feel Spearhead III has a little bit better, but there's still an issue with bunkers and that. I'm sure that can be solved in time. Still, it's been a very good match with a lot of energy in it for a while. But I think we are reaching the end point here. And the Boy Panzer tries to assault up here. I wonder if they just disconnected. That kind of happened for some people when the matches get too long. King Tiger tries to assault the northern flank, which is probably a good choice. Because the Americans are simply not prepared for a push-up here. Yeah, I don't think the Americans can fight on two flanks like this. Because the Jagdtiger is pushing down here. Well, the Jagdtiger is not trying to take a lot of shots, but it's still holding on. The Jagdtiger is just... It's just such a brick to deal with. But the King Tiger up here also just pushed forward. Yeah, at this point, the Allies just surrender. There's no reason to continue at this stalemate. I hope you all enjoyed this very long-winded match. I'll see you all next one, everyone. Bye-bye.